Hello there! So last week I made a video called Callig Rachel because I'm creative and know how to mash up words together, where basically I lettered the words The Secret Life of Rachel and showed you a time lapse of how I did it. This summer I have taken up the hobby of writing in calligraphy or lettering, and I think it's really fun, so I figured I would show you some of my techniques and tips and tricks and pros and cons. The first technique is using a really thin tipped pen, very tiny tip, where basically you write the word that you want to write in cursive, then you go over that word again, except when your pen is moving down the page, you make it a little bit wider, and then you color that in. Gracie was getting bored, bless her heart. It really shows the technique that calligraphy is. When your pen is moving up the page, you're making thin lines. When the pen is moving down the page, you're making thick lines. When the pen is moving side to side, it's really a gray area. So, pros of this, you have a lot of control. You can cover up mistakes pretty well by just coloring over it. Cons, it takes forever. My second technique is a really fun one. It's just using your average thick-tipped Crayola marker. I like it because there's a lot of control. On the thin parts, use the tip, and on the thick parts, use kind of the side. Cons, I would say, is that these markers aren't super flexible, so if you want a big impact, you kind of gotta push down really hard. But other than that, it is a very good technique, especially for beginners. Everybody has this kind of marker lying around. The third technique, I'm using a dual brush marker, but I'm not using the thin tip side. I'm just using the brush side. I am the worst at this technique. I find it really hard with these pens to make the lines thin. Having said that, these are really low quality markers. I really just got them because there was a big range of colors available. This is not my favorite technique, honestly. The fourth technique is using a Pentel. I think it's called Touch. I'm really not sure what this pen is called, but it has kind of a brush tip. I really like this. I think it makes really beautiful lines. It's easy to use. It obviously, since it has a smaller tip, you kind of want to write smaller words with it, I guess, because you want your thick lines to look thick in proportion to the size of the words. But I think it's really easy to control as well. I haven't had it for as long, so I'm less finessed with this technique, but I really like it. The last technique is my personal favorite. It is using your average set of watercolors and a brush. The type of watercolor that you use doesn't matter that much. This is what I found in the closet from when I was a kid. The most important part is the brush. I'm using this thin-tipped one, but I can have a lot of control with it. This is my favorite technique because you can make the lines as thick or thin as you want really easily because it's a brush, so it's very flexible. Also, you can mix colors really well, so there are a lot of options. I also think it just looks really nice. There you have it, all of the techniques that I use and how I feel about them. Side note, it kind of looks like I got mauled by a bear. That is because I was mauled by a bear. Jokes. I actually was running this morning and I tripped over a dog. The dog was fine, but I was not. It was really embarrassing for the both of us. Poor little guy. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.